All right, educators, let's talk about hybrid learning. For the past few years, we've been absolutely swimming in ideas about it. Some of it's been great, some of it's been confusing, and let's be real, some of it's been just plain wrong. So today, we're going to cut right through all that noise.
So what's true and what's not? That's the big question, right? Let's just take an intentional pause together. Our goal here is pretty simple: to get some real clarity on what hybrid learning is, what it isn't, and, why it can be such a powerful tool for us. Okay, let's get into it.
So, to get to the truth of what hybrid learning can be, we've got to bust some myths first. These are the big, stubborn misconceptions that can really hold us back from seeing the potential of blending our physical and digital worlds.
And this one, oh boy, this is the big one. It's probably the most common fear out there. This idea that an app or some piece of software could ever take the place of a real teacher's judgment, their presence, and their connection with a student.
But here's the reality, and it's so important to get this. The exact opposite is true. Good technology doesn't replace the teacher, it actually supercharges their impact. It makes the human in the room more crucial than ever before.
And we've got the research to back this up. Horn and Staker found that in these environments, the teacher's role is actually elevated. You become the essential guide, right? The architect who designs the whole learning journey, who personalizes it for every kid, and who brilliantly connects what's happening on a screen with what's happening face-to-face. There's just no algorithm for that.
Okay, on to myth number 2. This is the one that boils a whole teaching philosophy down to just using devices, as if handing out a bunch of tablets is some kind of magic wand that's going to transform education. We know better.
Come on, we know it's never just about the tool, is it? It is always about the strategy. It's about the intentional, thoughtful pedagogy behind why we're even picking up that tool in the first place.
So the reality is this: effective hybrid learning, as the research shows, only really works when it thoughtfully weaves together purposeful digital tasks with really meaningful in-person experiences. The tech isn't the lesson. Think of it as the bridge that frees up our precious class time for the good stuff, the deeper conversations, the collaboration, the real application.
Now, this third myth causes so much confusion. People hear hybrid and they immediately lump it in with fully remote. And that leads to this totally false idea that hybrid learning means students are just isolated, staring at screens all day.
But that couldn't be further from the truth. Let's be crystal clear. Hybrid is not remote learning. In fact, its success is completely dependent on rich, consistent, face-to-face human connection.
I mean, look at this. A great hybrid classroom is alive. It's buzzing with energy. It thrives on those amazing group discussions, on students collaborating at learning stations, on that one-on-one mentorship you can give. The digital tools are there to extend the learning, sure, but that in-person interaction, that's the anchor.
Okay, so we've busted the myths. Now for the really good part. Let's dig into the realities, the truths that show the incredible power of what hybrid learning can be when we really approach it with intention.
I just love this definition. It totally reframes the conversation, doesn't it? This is not about some tech mandate from on high. It's not a box to check. It is an invitation for us to design experiences that are richer, more flexible, and ultimately, even more human. So what does that actually look like? Well, richer experiences might mean students do a virtual lab online that you could never do in your classroom, and then they come in ready for a deep discussion. More flexibility? That could be self-paced videos for core concepts, so every student can learn at their own speed. And you know what that does? It buys you time for more human connection, for the one-on-one support that really matters.
And this quote just nails it. The best learning is always active, supported, and sustained, for us and for our students. And at its very best, that is exactly what a great hybrid model provides. It's a framework for learning that isn't just a one-time thing, but a continuous process with human connection right at the heart of it.
So where do we go from here? The path forward is not about finding some perfect, magical, one-size-fits-all solution. It's all about taking small, intentional steps.
And let's be really clear about this. The goal has never been, and it will never be, perfection.
It's progress. It's about having the courage to just try one small thing, to ask our students, hey, is this working? And then to actually listen and adjust. It's about being ready to be surprised by what our kids can do when we thoughtfully bring the best of both worlds together, one little step at a time.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. Looking at your own classroom, your own students, What is one small intentional step you could take tomorrow to start exploring this? Because that first step, that's where the real work and all the magic really begins.